My name is H.A. Goodman. I'm an author, columnist, and journalist. Hit subscribe right now to this channel. We are going to all be vindicated. Well, we've already been vindicated. A number of reasons why we have. Mccabe asking for immunity. Could you imagine in 2016 that Andrew Mccabe, the number 2 at the FBI, would be asking for an immunity deal? Hit subscribe right now. Patreon link for this channel is below. He's going to plead the fifth if he doesn't get his immunity deal. Mccabe, fired FBI official, can invoke Fifth Amendment before Senate panel. Here's the deal. And I agree with, there are a lot of people, it's not really a critique, but there are a lot of people saying, oh, HA, nothing's going to happen. Even Trump himself stated, it's a watered-down IG report. I don't doubt that. I don't doubt the fact that it could be a watered-down IG report. I don't doubt that at all. It could very well be Sessions saying, well, I'll do my Sessions later on, maybe minute 10. So minute 10, I'll do my Sessions impression. So you get 10 minutes straight of my analysis and then my analysis through Sessions. By the way, HA's Second Amendment, my latest segment, P22R, 6-hour P22R. Check it out. I like the Glock 21 better. That's my viewpoint. But anyway, great firearm. Check it out. It's below. Subscribe to HA's Second Amendment. Number 1, if the Inspector General report is watered down, and it's simply a list of, protocol breaches of protocol, that's enough to warrant a special counsel. If breaches of protocol, that's a nice way of saying also illegal activity. If we find out from the Inspector General report that Comey and Mccabe and Strzok should not have utilized the Steele dossier without verifying it, should have informed the entire planet that Hillary Clinton purchased the Steele dossier, should have explained exactly how Clinton transferred top secret and special access program intelligence from Cybernet, JWICs, and SCIFs onto her server. The Daily Beast broke the story. The Daily Beast wrote a hit piece on me. The Daily Beast is like an extension of the Democratic Party, or the DNC. They broke the story about the DOJ looking into Clinton's emails in January. And the story they broke, within that article in the Daily Beast, it was a very well-written article. Within the article, it stated something very important that most people don't talk about. Sessions actually is, believe it or not, doing his job right now, believe it or not. And he's looking at how intelligence was transferred. How. Why and how are two questions missing from the American lexicon or American political life. Nobody asks how or why. Why would Russia hack the DNC? And how did Russia hack the DNC? If you ask those questions, you come to the conclusion they didn't. The DNC never gave its service to the FBI for a reason, because they're bluffing. Ask BuzzFeed who's suing the DNC. I can't, by the way, there's some great journalists at BuzzFeed, but if BuzzFeed ever wrote a hit piece on me, I would then write a rebuttal piece asking why they're suing the DNC. BuzzFeed suing the DNC is even bigger than Mccabe, in a way. But nobody sees it anyway. I'll get to that another segment. But the IG report, the worst case scenario, is that they just list Michael Horowitz lists in a very diplomatic, civil manner breaches of protocol, potential misconduct, bordering on criminal behavior. If it's that type of document, all you have to do is simply question Comey, Mccabe, Bill Priestap, all these people, by the way. The FBI agents, Bill Priestap and others, I believe John Giacalone also testified yesterday. the wheels of justice are slowly turning. All of this is coming to a logical conclusion. Eventually, Clinton will be indicted. Don't think that when she's indicted, that's the end of the Clinton dynasty. They'll spin that and market it and, oh my God, she has street cred. She has fought for you. Vote for her. She'll run with the indictments. She'll run for office with the indictments. They're not going to stop her. So I used to think that, Clinton was indicted. That's it. You're talking about a cult, the Democratic Party and liberals. I don't mean all progressives, but some progressives fall into that category. But a lot of progressives are, wonderful, free thinkers. They're not in that category. But the Democratic Party is literally literally a cult mentality. You can't even retweet a Republican without, being attacked online. It's this mentality that says you have to go ahead and adhere to the DNC at all times, or Hillary Clinton at all times, because Trump is evil and the devil and all that. But the political will Sessions needs will be derived from the IG report, and it doesn't matter how watered down it is. It also doesn't matter if Mccabe gets his immunity deal or not. Let me just go ahead and read you this. Mccabe, fired FBI official, could invoke Fifth Amendment before Senate panel. Andrew McCabe, the former FBI deputy director, will have no choice but to invoke his Fifth Amendment privilege if called to appear before the Senate Judiciary Committee next week without immunity, against the use of his testimony in criminal prosecutions, according to a letter from his lawyer to the panel's Republican chairman. This is a profanity alert. Please do not listen if you do not want to hear profanity. Please do not listen if you don't want to hear profanity. Who the fuck cares if McCabe pleads the Fifth and invokes his Fifth Amendment rights? Who the fuck cares? It's completely irrelevant to anything. I'm almost getting into my sessions right now. It's irrelevant to anything. It's not relevant because once he invokes the Fifth, let's say he doesn't get his immunity deal, and he's like, oh my goodness, they're after me. They're going to indict me. I can't slither my way out of this one like Comey has done. I'm going to have to eventually strike a deal. McCabe invoking the Fifth just means that he's hiding information. He doesn't want to incriminate himself because there's a lot to incriminate, or there's a lot of evidence incriminating him to crimes and cover-ups with Clinton emails and fabrications in terms of Trump-Russia. Why did he fly to London? Why did he almost certainly meet with GCHQ officials along with Brennan and Strzok? Why did he speak about an insurance policy with Strzok in his office? Why did his wife take over $1 million from Terry McAuliffe and PACs linked to Clinton? How did Hillary Clinton transfer top secret intelligence from SIPRNet, JWICs, and SCIFs? There are people within Congress who have read but her top secret emails. I'm assuming. That book that I've written, the short book, it's below on Amazon. Still doing well. It's in the pinned comment. There are former Trump officials who have read but her top secret emails. And I explain exactly what took place and exactly what could have taken place. And I reference and I give credit to Paul Sperry when he, in his New York Post article, talked about, hey, did they take photos of the Special Access Program intelligence? Did they plug the dang thing in there? Did they have a thumb drive? How did they transfer top secret intelligence? Did they go ahead and use their cell phone to take pics inside a SCIF? A sensitive compartmented information facility. Who knows what they did. But she deleted 33,000 emails about yoga. Yeah, right. They were all about the Clinton Foundation. I explained that in but her top secret emails, about her deleted emails. I explained exactly what she deleted. She deleted emails regarding Clinton deleted emails regarding the Clinton Foundation. She used the server to hide her Clinton Foundation emails from the government. The Clinton Foundation is the source of all her political influence and power. It's also the source of the Democratic Party's political influence and power. The Democratic Party is not a political party. It's a plaything. It's a play toy of Bill and Hillary's. Bill and Hillary Clinton own the Democratic Party. There are no values or principles that run the left. The left Bill and Hillary have a stranglehold on the left. There are people who like to think that their values and principles will win out at the end of the day, but they won't. Unfortunately, there's a lot of good, the Medicare for all single payer. It's not communism. It's not craziness. Bernie Sanders didn't fight, and I don't like him. I should say I don't respect that he didn't fight, but he's not a communist. He's not a socialist. He stated he was a democratic socialist. Real socialists would view him as like Warren Buffett. He wants to break up too big to fail banks. So isn't that? But I have an uncle in France who had open heart surgery for like $150. Pretty good. Granted, he gets taxed a lot. They tax a lot more than here. So that's the trade-off. But you can't have single payer here or Medicare for all without bringing all of our soldiers back home. So a lot of progressives are misguided. They're focusing on Medicare for all and single payer simply because it's sounds great and it's something that everybody can back. Even the liberal neocons in the Democratic Party, but you can't have that without first bringing soldiers back home from wars and being less hawkish than the neocons. Trump is less hawkish. So when people say, how could you vote for Trump? How could you vote for Trump? I'm voting for Trump because he's less hawkish. That's one reason. And also, peace between North and South Korea is a very good thing. So how could a Bernie bro, and the Huffington Post called me the biggest Bernie Sanders booster on the internet. How could a Bernie bro vote for Trump? Because he's less hawkish. And if, for example, you do like single payer, if you do like those things, you need to have a infinitely scaled down foreign policy to afford that. You can't have, special forces in 130 plus nations, and soldiers, 10,000 still in Afghanistan, 5,000 in Iraq, thousands in Syria. We have soldiers in Yemen. You can't have this foreign policy that sends Americans everywhere and implement a lot of the progressive ideals. Ain't going to happen. Not going to happen. And I think breaking up too big to fail banks, that's something that everyone would agree with. But see, the thing is, the interesting thing, and I'm getting on a tangent, but the people on the left who, the Bernie Sanders' original message, it was something that even conservatives, or definitely libertarians and conservatives, could have gotten around. Granted, Bernie Sanders wasn't the person that we thought he was, or that I thought he was. Still, love him as a human being. He wasn't a fighter. I like Trump because he's a fighter and he fights. I like fighters. I mean, Mike Tyson is my favorite fighter of all time, but I like Larry Holmes, underrated. Larry Holmes, one of the great heavyweight champs of all time. Obviously, Muhammad Ali. I love Muhammad Ali. Sugar Ray Leonard. Tommy Hearns. Marvin Hagler, one of my favorite fighters of all time. Marvin Hagler. But anyway, I like people who fight. People who fight. Joe Frazier, George Foreman. But where was I? Now I'm thinking about sports. Trump fights. Bernie didn't fight. But notice something about if you're on the left and you're still watching me. And God bless you. Thank you so much for watching me. I love you. If you're still on the left and you're watching me, I appreciate it. If you haven't stopped watching me after the the Sessions impressions and my devotion to the Second Amendment peacefully, responsibly, peacefully, and abiding by YouTube guidelines and state and federal laws. I thank you for watching me still. But Bernie's original message breaking up too big to fail banks so you don't have to become a socialist like Bush and Obama and actually utilize taxpayer money to own them, to have the state own them. Breaking up banks, never, ending these quagmires, bringing home soldiers from war. That's the original message that nobody, this is a profanity alert, do not listen if you don't want to hear profanity, nobody fucking talks about. And so when people say, well, what are you voting for Trump for? Because Trump is not going to get you any closer. Oh, yes, he will. Oh, he damn sure well will, if that even makes sense. Because you have to go ahead and destroy the Democratic Party peacefully and politically. You also get, peace between North and South Korea and a pretty good economy. Steel tariffs are actually a very good thing. It's a strategic industry directly related to national security. So, and he's less hawkish than Clinton. I don't care who the Democrat is that they cheat for. He'll be less hawkish, Trump. And I love my progressives and the people who still follow me on Twitter who are progressive, but I'm going to let you know something very, very clearly, very clearly. There is a 0% chance, when I say zero, if there could be like a negative percent, there's a 0% chance that Bernie is allowed to win the Democratic nomination. And then people are so stupid, they're like, he should run as an independent. Oh, well, then he has no chance at all of winning. But there's a 0% chance. He needs to run as a Democrat and stick it to him. Give him the middle finger. And if they cheat him again, fight them. But he won't fight them. But the point is, he's not going to win the Democratic nomination. They're not going to elect anyone that they don't cheat for. That's another reason to vote for Trump. But anyway, again, also exposing FBI agents. McCabe, fired official, could invoke Fifth Amendment before Senate panel. So what if he invokes the Fifth? Great. If he invokes the Fifth, even better. Because that gives the political will for a special counsel. Sessions is running on pure political momentum. Sessions is all about political momentum. That's all he is. He's the political momentum guy. Elf. He just cares about how can I act in a way that nobody can blame me, that nobody can paint me as Trump's puppet. You know how they tried to call Trump Putin's puppet, which was hilarious because the biggest puppets were Bill and Hillary Clinton of Putin. 20% of U.S. uranium capacity, and Trump's the bad guy. But what if McCabe invokes the Fifth, and he doesn't answer pertinent questions like, I don't know how Clinton transferred top secret intelligence, all of those things, then all they have to do is simply say, okay, enough is enough. Enough is enough. We're going to go ahead and we're going to start a special counsel. Sessions will be forced to implement a special counsel because there'll be too much political will. Then you have the IG report, and you have to also understand this is also within the context of an IG report. McCabe wants an immunity deal because he knows the IG is going to just make him look horribly. Make him look like this is a profanity alert. Do not listen if you don't want to hear profanity. It'll make him look like an asshole. Because he was flying to London, probably meeting with British spies, doing all sorts of crazy things, taking money from Terry McAuliffe. You're compromised if you take money from Terry McAuliffe for your wife's state campaign. You're the FBI and number 2 at the FBI. Use a Facebook account to get money. You don't have to... my 10-minute... I didn't do my sessions. Okay. Let me see if I can do my sessions now. 19 minutes in. Let's see. Hello, Mr. President. How are you today? It's a blessed day. Well, why are you yelling?
No, I'm not going to give him an immunity deal. You don't have to yell.
I mean, what do you think? Please don't use the Lord's name in vain. Yes. Well, let me tell you something. Mccabe is squealing like a pig in heat. Like a giant porcupine in heat. Yes, he's squealing. Oh my goodness. It's like Deliverance on instant replay. Yes. No. Well, he told me something about Comey. Do you want to know? Have you heard about this? Okay. Apparently, a lot of the FBI agents, they had to go to therapy. We're talking Dr. Phil therapy. Because of what they saw on the Weiner. Weiner laptop, sir. Yeah, they saw too many Wieners. Too many photos of the Weiner on Weiner's laptop. That's including 18 classified emails. Yes, I know. Well, you can imagine. Well, can you imagine what they saw? And Comey said, go ahead and read 600,000 emails. Yeah, this was before the election, remember? Yes. Well, could you... Well, you try to go ahead and watch one of Anthony Weiner's videos. I'd rather watch Hellraiser 15 20 times in the dark. I know. Well, he told me that people, FBI agents, who had to go ahead and who had to look at Anthony Weiner's emails were... Let me switch the telephone. Let me call you back in a second. Yes. Well, he told me that because there were so many Weiner pics on Anthony Weiner's laptop, and that Mccabe sat on the Weiner laptop for so long, that they spent, a month, 2 months, looking at Weiner pics and Anthony Weiner and trying to decipher the classified intelligence. And Comey went ahead and just explained that they're all messed up in the brain. Well, I don't know, sir. Well, I don't think we're going to give him any immunity deal, no. This is all going to lead to Clinton email indictments, yes, sir. You just make sure people think you hate me. You don't hate me, do you? Okay, good. Because I have the utmost respect for you. Yes.
I never said anything about your skin color. I think it's a healthy orange. Very healthy, yes.
Well, you tell Scaramucci I told him any time, day or night. I know jiu-jitsu. Haven't we spoken about this? I had nothing to do with Jews.
It's jiu-jitsu, yes. Don't you know MMA?
Yes. Okay, well, I want to let you know something. We're about the same size, Scaramucci and me. Okay? Put him in the octagon and let's get ready to rumble. You can have it paid per view and we can go ahead and give it to charity, yes. I want to let you know, you let him know that he's messing with trouble. He's about to get stung by the bee. By the Alabama Hornet. Yes, okay. Well, thank you so much. Yes, sir. Mccabe is toast. In a peaceful political way, yes. Thank you so much. Nah, we're not going to give him immunity. He can kiss my derriere. All right, thank you. Bye-bye. So, anyway, that's the session. So if you, to my 24-minute crowd, please tell my 10-minute crowd that there was no sessions at 10 minutes. Because I was like, oh, I'll do the sessions at 10 minutes. Because there are people who are like, oh, first your guns, now this, impressions, I'm leaving you. And I just needed, one immunity request from Mccabe. Suddenly, like, I'm back in action. People are like, listen to this crazy guy again. Well, just subscribe again. Please subscribe, by the way. Because what happens is, like, when there's no action, when these people are not, like, these criminals, like Mccabe and Comey and Clinton, all of them, they're not, like, asking for immunity deals. It's like there's people who are like, nothing's going to happen. Everything's just, nothing. Okay. Just going to read the CNN and the Washington Post to give me normal headlines like, Trump's going to get impeached because of Russia. Normal, that's not clickbait. Very normal, very normal. HA is, extreme. But then when I'm vindicated and you're vindicated, But give me your thoughts below. Share this segment everywhere. Subscribe to this YouTube channel. Hit subscribe right now. HA Second Amendment also. And it's a 6-hour P220. And I actually, since it was from the range, and I went ahead and, well, you'll see in the segment. I got the name of it wrong. Not the 6-hour, but the actual model name is kind of funny. Anyway, because I read it wrong from when I was renting it. Anyway, kind of funny. Give me your thoughts below. Share this segment everywhere. Subscribe to this YouTube channel. And if you want to contribute, my Patreon link for this channel, separate from Second Amendment channel, is below in the pinned comment. Thank you so much for listening. It's happening, ladies and gentlemen. This is just the beginning. We're in the first inning. We've been stuck in the first inning for a long time. We're in the first inning. Maybe top of the second. Give me your thoughts. Thank you so much for listening. IG report next week. Thank you so much.